Since little, since I was a wee little fox, I remember liking playing video games. It's one of my favorite activities that perhaps will never die on me, and it will stay with me until the day I leave this earth. For me, games are just not a game, but they're also interactive stories. Of course, talking outside the multiplayer aspect of some games, but even then, multiplayer games can give you a unique experience, very different from a single player game. For some, it will be that game that helped them get to know that friend that perhaps still shows up to play it till this day. Perhaps not the same game, but something else entirely. In some cases, those friendships will become long-term relationships that with people that will stay with us for a long time. Moving to this era of games, now we have social media to where we can share those same interests. I'd never even imagined that we were ever get to this point in time to where something like this could be possible. Let alone making a living out of it. In some cases, when it was something only that a select few could achieve back in the day. Saying to someone that you made a living playing video games will be only get you a stare of disapproval, and most of the time people will tell you that that is just simply not a job. Uh, well, we're here right now. We finally reach a point to where talking about these subjects is normalized, and you can finally speak out your mind without being afraid of being bullied to. Because believe me, back in high school, talking about video games or anime could make you a target of bullying and a big ass label of nerd in your forehead. Now I'm glad those topics are common, even here where I live. Going outside, sorry, and seeing people with video game themed shirts and anime pins on their backs is something I'm happy to see. Games have definitely evolved with time. Now we even have virtual reality and a vast variety of games to choose from. And here's where the happy bell of games comes down to reveal the real monster of gaming. Modern gaming, and I'm talking about live service games, especially feel like a chore to play. I'm saying this from first-hand experience and from a video game I saw yesterday about this subject. We can all agree that video games are meant to be something that we enjoy, right? Like an activity, you get something out of it, like be it a fun time, a distraction, a relief from stress, or share a time with a friend, etc. I think you get the point here. Now, I take a closer look into what the gaming industry has become over the past decade, and most of the games that have come out are fun to play. The vast majority of most of them, for my taste, in my opinion, you may have a different one. Perhaps there's been nothing great for you so far, and that is fine. But I'm not too picky with my games nor with anything in general. So that is why if you ask me about a certain topic, I'm probably the least qualified to give an opinion, because my taste and my bar is so low and laid back that I don't care about many things. I just play them, and if I like them, I like it. Simple as that. One of the things that I agree and I share the same sentiment with these people nowadays is that the gaming industry won't make a good decent game for most of the time. And if you take a closer look, you will only see a lot of slop throwing down at us in many ways or forms, like a battle pass, a season pass, events, or something else completely that in theory should make the games we play more fun and give us some meaningful stuff to do, to add to our games. But it seems like the FOMO factor has been pushed into our faces so much that we end up giving up completely on our games, and with the feeling that we wasted our money. The modern gaming industry is aware of this behavior we have capitalized on and sell us new content week after week, month after month, year after year. The main complaint I hear on social media is the games feel like a chore to play. And I agree, some games, especially the live service ones, can feel like a chore, especially when you are logging in every day. The human brain is wired to do repetitive actions until there comes a point where there will be no more stimulus to keep on doing the same repetitive behavior, and that is where it will look to the next big dopamine rush to keep up with the same style of life. This is why we have people who abuse substances and compulsive gamblers, and the last ones, uh, those are the ones that the companies are trying to so ever desperately trying to pull each one of the end of the month, trying to convince you to buy on those schemes for that character you want, to spend some money to be able to do some pulls on the character you want. But it will not be a guarantee. Even if you end up spending $100, nothing is guaranteed with these types of games. And like I mentioned on my Gooning video, companies know this and will always try to take advantage of that to get you to buy their products. Now, I'm not implying you should not spend your money on game add-ons or virtual currency for your gacha games. I'm trying to bring awareness on what type of business practices these companies use. Perhaps you already knew this. I know there's tons of content creators who already have talked about the specific subjects, but I'm also aware that out there might be someone who is not aware of the situation, and believe me, you never know. Perhaps someone young might be watching this video, or someone completely oblivious about the subject might still be out there. I've seen and meet with people out there who don't know what part of the world they live in, and it's true. So better to let you know. Of course, playing the same type of games every day can ruin your experience and give you that feeling of not wanting to play. That is fine. Something you just gotta take. Sometimes you just gotta take some time away and play and enjoy other types of games. That is why I always recommend you have that special single player game as a backup for when these types of circumstances occur. For example, for my case, I got bored with Helldivers 2 and I'm taking a small break from it. I just barely logged in to secure that new armor they are going to give the player base in one small but fast campaign, and then I didn't touch the game for 2 days, and those days I played Battlefield 6. But for me, my single player game at the moment to calm and relax a bit will be either Motor Slides or Minecraft. Live service games can be harmful if you let them to get into you. You always need to be aware that your time spent and if your time spent in a game is a worth one. Uh, you need to evaluate if you are genuinely enjoying your ride or just going with the motions. There's nothing worse like spending like an hour or two on a game that you don't really like, and by the time you are in that game you want to by the time you are in that game you want to play, sorry, you just have to stop because you have things to do. That feeling of having to stop and knowing you didn't like the game you play is horrible, and it's something I don't want to see someone experiencing ever. Remember the playing video games on any of its genres I just mentioned have to be played and enjoy at your own pace always. A game you don't enjoy is not worth your time and shouldn't be forced to take place in your library. Buy and spend on that gacha game if you really enjoyed it. It's your money, and if that makes you happy or just simply makes the game more enjoyable for you, then more power to you. Just be aware and try not to get financially bankrupt while doing so, okay? Remember that live service games are designed to keep you on playing forever or as for as long as possible. And here's one of the important questions we gotta ask ourselves: is the game in any shape or form beneficial to me? Yeah, the vast majority of these games are free to play, but are they? I'm not blaming you. for buying skins nor battle passes because I am you. I do spend from time to time, and I play gacha games too. But for me, the answer comes from that sense of enjoyment. Hey, I even got a character I wanted without spending that much money. I don't know how is it for you. If the answer for you is yes, and if you are enjoying yourself, just keep doing that thing you like. But when it stops being fun or not enjoyable, I want you to stop. When games start to take a toll in your mental health, it should be a clear red flag indicator that you should stop. Don't force yourself into buying. You don't have to. The only thing you get out of it is just a cosmetic, or to make you look good, or make the game easier for you. But most of these free to play games have a way to beat them in a free of spending way, if I can put it in some form. In conclusion, yes, video games can feel like a chore at times, but they will become a chore. You don't want to do it. You approach them with the wrong mentality. Unfortunately, this is something that it will continue for the years to come, and to be honest, I don't think companies will change anytime soon. They see this business strategy works for them, and as long as they see it works for them, they will continue to push it until competition comes around and forces them to change. My name is Jaco, and I'm here to tell you to take it easy and play games with responsibility, and take care on your spending if you're doing so. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.